My name is Randy Yang. I am 27 years old and I've been skateboarding since 2001. Yeah, 2001. Favorite trick, switch flips. They're just... Least favorite trick, kick flips, because I can't do them. Biggest enemy in skateboarding for sure is myself, because I constantly doubt myself. I don't give myself like a high standard or pedestal like I try to set my skill level on. I just do what I think feels right. Biggest influences in skateboarding would definitely be professional-wise. Stefan Janowski has the greatest style ever. Heath Kirchart. Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't think that, but he's sick. Locally, man, everybody. There's not one person that I see that doesn't impact my life in some type of way that gets me hyped. Like, I can go to the park, whatever park in town, and I see something that just gives me any type of spark, and that's all I ever need to keep going. My biggest goal that I have in skateboarding for myself is to not become a parody of myself, if you get what I'm saying. I don't want to be the guy to just constantly just look what I used to do. I want to keep trying to push myself in some kind of way. If I'm feeling stagnant and somewhere, like let's say skating down some steps, I can try to move on to a mini ramp or potentially a rail, but I'm terrified of rails, but yeah. Honestly, the only thing that's been keeping me skating for this long is the fact that I never really learned anything else, because being a first generation American, looking back, my parents growing up, they were young themselves and trying to figure out life. So this is all I ever had. I never learned how to go fishing or throw a football or something like that. So I found this from my cousins, and this is the only thing that just keeps me happy and gets me to places. Backyard skateboards. So back in 2015, I went to Kansas City and I picked up one of their decks from another skate shop, and this was around Christmas time. I remember this because I didn't get to skate my first one because the day after Christmas I broke my ankle. So that was my first worst injury ever. When I healed up a few months later, I had that board and it felt great. Everything about it was just great, and I just kept following what they were dropping and keeping in touch with the owner, and every time there was a drop I would always just keep buying boards. I think one time I bought 10 decks just so I could have, and they were all 8.5. I don't skate 8.5, but that's all they had. So yeah, and I guess the whole sponsorship opportunity came about when I was least, I wasn't trying to get sponsored at all. Last year, my mind was focused on getting married to my wife, the wedding planning, and then just out of the blue, the owner flies down to Wichita, and he's at the skateboard circus. I just kick it with him all day, and I guess, here locals in town, the locals in town just put in a good word. Thank you, everybody. And I'm just grateful for it, because I never asked for this, man. I believe, if something's good, I'm gonna keep skating it. So, how do I feel about skateboarding becoming mainstream commercial? I'm on the fence. I'm 50-50. So I think everybody in the world should skate. This is a great coping mechanism. This is a great activity to just learn, and it teaches you a lot about yourself, fear, how to conquer fear, or even breathing exercises. You wouldn't even think, you're trying to trick and you run out of breath, dude, calm down, But yeah, I'm on the fence about it. I hate it but at the same time, I think more people should do it. I really do. So skateboarding as a whole, to me, like, I strongly believe if I never found a skateboard, I'd probably end up, just doing bad things because I grew up in a bad neighborhood. And when I had my skateboard, growing up from like 8 to like when I started driving at like 15 or 16, earlier than that, honestly, but like it took me everywhere. I used to go from Plainview all the way to 29th and Rock every weekend on my skateboard. I used to skate to the mall back in the day because we didn't have a skate shop, or the skate shop was at the mall. To me, skateboarding, it means a lot to me because for me, it's all I have. Like, I don't have, I've learned skills as I've grown up, like other skills, but yeah, this is like the only other activity I know how to do. It's my life, I guess, even though I don't do it as much anymore, and it kind of bums me out, but it just makes me appreciate it even more, you know what I mean?